everybody to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm yours, Andy Klassen, joined by
Jabron.
Oh, the Parlay Pounder.
Yes, sir. We're back. And I gave a parlay play out last segment.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do it again, Andy.
You have to.
You have to.
Not only are you the Parlay Pounder.
Yes, sir.
This is UFC 301 coming at you from Rio de Janeiro.
Yes, sir.
Brazil. And I think I just counted up. We have a Brazilians on the card.
Yeah.
No, but each and every single fight.
Every fight. It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's how UFC does it.
Yep.
And it's a lot of fun. Just like when we had in England not too long ago on a fight night.
They got them all. Line them up. Make the hometown crowd love it and, make that energy just rise to the top. And the people are going to buy the pay-per-view no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
This is the UFC, and it has a championship fight on it. So
it does. A belt's on the line. We're going to get to that one. Pantoja. He's been talking a lot lately,
No doubt.
We'll see if run of his mouth is going to catch up to him. But first, we got to talk about our hometown hero.
Yes, sir.
Our favorite young man, not so young anymore, Lionheart.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, 37-19, 56 total MMA fights to his name, but he is coming off a loss, and he's taking on a young buck here in Vitor Petrino, who's a heavy favorite. I'm looking at a minus 410, this Brazilian. And we talk about it all the time. One guy might be climbing up the ranks, the other guy's going down. Anthony Smith has been so good for the UFC for so long. It almost feels like this light heavyweight bout, he's just kind of being served up there as a win for the home team in Brazil.
No matter what, Anthony Smith is, willing to fight anybody at any time.
Sure.
So, and he's still a name. That's why Dana or the people at UFC like who's a light heavyweight that will travel down to Brazil and have the odds against them. And that's always Lionheart.
We had a banger at 299, a banger at UFC 300. We need something here for 301.
We need something. So Smith makes the long trip to Brazil. And he faced Petrino, like you said, finds himself as one of the biggest underdogs on the card. The 35-year-old former heavyweight champion hasn't beat anyone not named Ryan Spahn since late 2021. His 2 wins over Spahn are surrounded by losses to Ankalaev, Johnny Walker, and Khalil Roundtree Jr. The Ankalaev and Roundtree losses came via TKO. Petrino is 11-0 in mixed martial arts and is almost 10 years younger than Smith. He has finished half of those 6 fights, 4 of them in the first round, Andy, by TKO. This could make for a rough night for Lionheart. So I have to go with Petrino in this one, and I will be adding something in my parlay with him at the end of this segment.
Yeah, Petrino even has the reach. Got some 77.5 to 76. So an inch and a half difference there. But stranger things have happened. But
I will be pulling for Lionheart in my heart, but my mind on the betting wise, it has to go towards Mr. Vitor Petrino.
Yeah, and you got to look at the 10 years difference there.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
And an 11-0 record.
Yep.
All right, well, talking about serving them up and having a lot of fun with it here. Jose Aldo.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back. He's come out of retirement. He is the underdog to, once again, a young buck here and the number 12th ranked contender in the bantamweight. That is Jonathan Martinez from the United States. Martinez is only a minus 160 favorite to Jose Aldo at a plus 135. I know Aldo's going to collect a lot of tickets here. People betting on him because they know him, and he's at home, and it's UFC 301.
Yeah, Andy. You can't just go where we have UFC 301 and not have Jose Aldo be a part of it.
Yeah, I guess not.
That's what they're thinking. Like you said, he's a legend in the sport, probably the best at this weight of all time.
31-8.
Yeah, 31-8. His retirement, which he fought 3 boxing matches while he was out of the UFC. The timing of Aldo's return kind of suspiciously, lines up with UFC's separation from drug testing partner USDA.
Oh yeah, that was something. Yeah,
I don't want to speculate about the possible connections to that, but either way,
he looks cut.
Either way, he's making his return on home soil against Jonathan Martinez, who's riding a 6-fight winning streak, Andy, dating back to 2021. Martinez has been extremely impressive with a pair of finishes via leg kicks in an upset over said Nurmagomedov. So, among other highlights, Andy. So
he wasn't supposed to win that fight.
No, he was
Medov.
not. Martinez is also 7 years younger and with way fewer fight miles on the odometer, coupled with a long MMA layoff for Aldo. I think it's a pretty bad sign for the Brazilian. Give me that great value on Jonathan Martinez right now because I only gonna believe that it gets bet up more and more and more. So get on it as fast as you can on Jonathan Martinez.
Yeah, because we might be seeing that early wave of money coming in on Aldo.
No doubt. He's the name.
Starting to fizzle out, and now the smart money's going to rush in on Martinez. But Aldo did stay busy, those 3 boxing matches there. And,
no doubt.
And then we had some restrictions lifted there. But if I'm just looking at their hair, Jonathan Martinez has a head of lettuce on him. Aldo lost his hair a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Just by the looks alone. Give me the guy that's 7 or 8 years younger.
Yeah.
I'm going with the United States guy, Jonathan Martinez, for the win here, and I like that minus 160 we're getting it at right now.
Yeah, for sure. That's the best line right now, minus 160. You can find it pretty much across all books right now. This one opened close to a pick'em, Andy, and it could get close to Martinez in the neighborhood of minus 220, minus 250 by the time this fight actually goes. So jump on Martinez at this rate you can get him at now.
All right, should we talk about the title bout?
The title.
Headliner. This is a flyweight with the belt on the line.
Yeah.
Alexandre Pantoja is defending his belt against the Australian here, Steve Erceg, who's a plus 154 underdog compared to the minus 185 Brazilian favorite in Pantoja.
Yeah, the champion is the favorite in UFC 301 main event, but not by much, Andy. I think a lot of people were kind of scratching their heads a little bit when they saw this. Odds makers have the challenger, Erceg, as a slight underdog, seemingly convinced that he can give the Brazilian a tough test in enemy territory. The 27-year-old Kiwi has been given a lot of respect here, even though his best win is knockout over Matt Schnell. So Pantoja, on the other hand, is coming off epic wins against Brandon Royval and Brandon Moreno, 2 of the top guys in the division, Andy. I believe Pantoja is going to beat the sense out of this guy. I do believe that Pantoja doesn't get the knockout, Andy, but I believe he's just going to beat him up. My best bet for this fight, Andy, is Pantoja Erceg over 3.5 rounds. I just believe he's just going to beat him into the mat, but not get the finish. So getting that,
he has way more experience. 27-5 overall, 12-1 Erceg. Great record, right? Only 1 loss.
Very good. He wouldn't be getting a title shot if not, but I believe they had to throw somebody in against Pantoja in his Brazilian homecoming that he can really get a win over, and I believe Erceg is the kind of sacrificial lamb here. But the betting lines are kind of head scratching because Erceg is not
much closer.
Yeah, much closer than a lot of people said. But I love that go over 3.5 rounds at minus 145. I believe that is a very good bang for your buck. That's my best bet of this fight.
Erceg is 3 inches taller.
Yep.
That doesn't give you any room for pause there. Guys on the reach on all that stuff.
No way.
Okay.
Pantoja, I believe he's one of the most durable guys that I've seen. Extremely durable, and he has never been finished in his career. Wow. And I believe that's what Erceg will be trying to do, and I don't feel like that's going to happen. So
the KO specialist in Erceg is going to be looking for that, and then it's just not going to be there for him.
Yeah, the Brazilian should be able to avoid the KO, but he also isn't much of a finisher himself. So that's why I love the over 3.5 rounds, because a lot of people will be, thinking championship fight, knockout, all that kind of stuff. I believe it's going to be a really fun fight to watch, but it's going to go over 3.5 rounds.
To your point, Pantoja's career stats, 30% of his bouts, he wins by KO or TKO.
Yeah.
Erceg only wins 9% of his fights by KO or TKO. So, that over bet as far as the 3.5 rounds, I think you got to love that bet.
I think it's one of the best in the card, Andy. So definitely wait for the championship match to do that.
All right, Mr. Parlay Pounder.
Yeah.
Let's hear that parlay.
Okay, I'm just doing a two-teamer, Andy.
Oh, okay.
And they're both plus money bets. I'm going Alexandre Pantoja, that we just talked about, to win by decision. That's at a plus 200. And I'm going to pair it with Vitor Petrino against Lionheart, like we said in the first one. But to win by KO, TKO, or disqualification, it's at a plus 100, Andy.
Okay.
You put those two together on DraftKings right now, two-pick parlay at a plus 500, putting 25 on it to win $150.
That's a really nice. That's a nice two-legger right there.
Yeah.
And you touched on it. I'm gonna remind the folks.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith has lost a lot of fights lately by KO or
No
TKO. So that's kind of a little line there. You had to dig for it a little bit.
You had to dig for it a little bit.
But the value's there.
The value's there, Andy. That's a plus 500 two-teamer. Just two of these things have to happen. So Alexandre Pantoja to win by decision and Vitor Petrino to win by KO, TKO, or disqualification. I think it's as good as you're going to get on a parlay in UFC 301, and let's take it to the window.
And I get it, let's take it to that pay ticket window, and I get it, they're both plus money bets, but not by much.
Not by much. Plus 100, plus 200, put them together.
There we go.
Plus 500 on DraftKings right now.
All righty, well, hey, that'll about do it for us this week, folks. So be sure to follow us on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page. Of course, we're on Twitter. Love to put out a little banter back and forth with the guys, short videos. And if you haven't already, please check us out on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. We're coming out with feature length, full length, and short videos, those YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Some of those are getting over 1,000 views.
It's a lot of fun, Andy.
Oh my God, we're like getting into that algorithm, you know?
Yeah, we hope so anyways.
I mean, we're talking about Petrino, beating the sense out of some things. We're beating the sense out of YouTube here.
The books.
And and you're holding it down over there on TikTok, aren't you?
Yeah, no doubt. Just follow us on TikTok at WTL Sports Betting. We will come out with plays right before primetime games and primetime fights.
There we go. For Jabron, the Parlay Pounder, I'm Andy Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.